Hi everyone, my name is Alia. I come from psychology cohort 24. Today I want to share an interesting research topic titled Crowding in Human Behavior: How Overcrowded Environment Affect Human Stress. This presentation is based on a research article published in International Journal of Health Geographic, and this study examined how crowded urban environments influence human psychological stress and how different types of urban spaces may affect people differently. So, before discussing this study, it is important to understand the concept of environmental psychology. So, what is environmental psychology? Basically, this is a field of psychology that studies the relationship between human and their physical environment. This field examines how environmental factors such as space, noise, crowding, and urban design can influence human behavior, emotion, and overall well-being. And this field also explore how people perceive and respond to different environments, including both natural and built environment, such as cities. Understanding this relationship help researcher and urban planner design environment that support human health and well-being. So, why it relate to the study that I choose. So the research discussed in this presentation examine how overcrowded urban environment influence human psychological stress responses. Overcrowding is considered an important environmental factor that can affect human psychological and physical well-being. When people are exposed to crowded environment, their bodies may react with increased stress responses. Therefore, this study is closely related to environmental psychology because it investigates how urban environment condition influence human stress level and behavior. Move to the background of the study. Today, many urban areas are becoming increasingly crowded due to population growth and rapid urban development. As the cities grow, public spaces such as transportation areas, shopping street, and city center become more densely populated. These crowded environments can reduce personal space, create discomfort, and potentially increase psychological stress. Because of this, it is important to understand how overcrowded environment influence human stress level. The main objective of this research is to examine the association between urban overcrowding and human psychological stress response. This study that I choose focus on how different types of urban environment may influence stress level in individuals. Specifically, the researcher aimed to determine whether areas with higher level of crowd density are associated with higher psychological stress responses. So, what the method did they use? So, to conduct this study, researcher involved 26 participants who walked through different areas of the city while their psychological responses were monitored. During the study, participants were equipped with several wearable devices. This device included wearable camera to record the surrounding environment, a wristband sensor to measure psychological stress, indicator such as skin conductance and heart rate, and a smartphone GPS tracker to record spatial location data. So by combining this technology, researchers were able to connect environmental conditions with a real-time psychological stress responses. So in this research, the city environment was categorized into four main types of spaces. The first is green space, include parks and natural area with vegetation. This environment usually or often associated with relaxation and psychological restoration. Second one is commercial areas such as shopping street and retail zones that usually have a high number of pedestrians. Third is transit spaces, including transportation, like bus stop or train station. And the last one is blue spaces, which are located near water bodies such as river or lake. This category allowed researchers to compare how different urban environments influence human stress responses. And what are their findings? So the results show that overcrowded environments are associated with increased psychological stress responses. Participants experience higher stress level in commercial area and transit spaces, which are typically crowded and contain higher level of environmental stimulation. In contrast, green spaces were associated with lower stress level, suggesting that natural environment may help reduce psychological stress. This finding indicated that the physical characteristic of urban environments can significantly influence human well-being. So, what's the conclusion? In the conclusion, this study showed that urban overcrowding can significantly influence human psychological stress responses. Environment with high level of crowd density tend to increase stress level, especially in commercial and transportation areas. On the other hand, natural environments such as green space may help reduce stress level and promote psychological well-being. This finding suggests that urban planner and policy makers should consider to incorporating more green spaces in cities in order to improve public health and overall quality of life. I think that's all that I can explain to you. Thank you for listening. Bye bye. Aduh, tetap 7 menit.